You think women are simple, that we only want love, safety, and sweet words. But that's the lie we let you believe. The truth is darker, it's hidden. It's the kind of pleasure we'll never confess out loud. The kind that makes us restless in silence, that keeps us up at night replaying one look, one touch, one moment we swore didn't matter. I'm a woman. I've felt it. And once you know these 11 secret pleasures, you'll see us differently forever. Because these aren't the things we brag about. These are the things we hide. The guilty cravings, the forbidden desires, the ones that make us ache for the man who knows how to awaken them. And here's the part that will shock you most. The number one secret is so powerful, so forbidden, it makes us crawl back, even when we swore we were done. Before I reveal them, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Because no matter where a woman lives, these hidden pleasures speak the same language. Now, let's begin. The 11 secret pleasures. The ache of being noticed, but ignored. Here's a truth most men never realize. Nothing drives a woman wilder than when you notice us, and then act like you don't care. It's when you glance at us, hold our eyes for a second, and then look away. It's when you hear our message but don't reply right away. It's when you're close enough to touch, but you keep your calm as if we don't matter. On the outside, we act unbothered. We roll our eyes. We pretend it doesn't get to us. But inside, our stomach flips, our chest tightens, our mind won't stop spinning. I've felt it myself, sitting there, phone in hand, waiting for a reply that never came. Every minute of silence made me want him more. I swore I didn't care, but the ache in my body said otherwise. That's the hidden pleasure, the restless craving that grows in the quiet, because attention given too freely loses its value. But the man who holds back, the man who makes us wonder, the man who forces us to wait in silence, he becomes unforgettable. We'll never admit it. We'll pretend it didn't matter. But the truth, being noticed, then ignored, makes us ache more than constant attention ever could. And if silence alone can make us restless, wait until you see what happens when another woman enters the picture. The fire of jealousy. There's something ugly we'll never confess out loud. Nothing makes a woman spiral faster than seeing you with another woman. It doesn't even matter who she is. A coworker, a stranger, even a girl who laughs at your joke for too long. The second we notice another woman giving you attention, something primal explodes inside us. Our stomach flips. Our chest burns. Our mind starts racing before we can even control it. I felt it myself, watching a man I thought was mine lean back, smile, and let another girl touch his arm. My face stayed calm, but inside, I was trembling. I was furious. I was wet, because as much as I hated it, I couldn't stop craving him harder. That's the twisted truth. Jealousy doesn't kill desire. It feeds it. It makes us compete. It makes us desperate to prove we're the one you'll choose. And when you finally turn back to us, when your hand finds ours, when your eyes remind us who you're leaving with, that release feels like winning something forbidden. It's victory, it's addictive, and it makes us want you more than ever. We'll deny it. We'll act like we didn't care. But the truth is, nothing stirs a woman deeper than the threat of being replaced. And if jealousy lights us on fire, secret number 9 will show you the high we feel when we actually win. 9. The rush of being chosen. Every woman knows this feeling, even if we'll never admit it out loud. The rush, the thrill, the high of being chosen. It happens in those small but powerful moments, when another woman's eyes linger on you, when she laughs too sweetly at your joke, when she tries to pull your focus away, and then you turn back to us. Your hand finds ours. Your eyes lock with ours. Your presence reminds us. We're the one you're leaving with. I've felt it myself, that swelling in my chest, that breath I didn't even know I was holding. that electric pride that rushed through my body like victory. It feels like winning something no one else can touch, like claiming a prize that other women wanted and knowing it's mine. That victory is intoxicating, it's addictive. It makes us crave you harder, cling to you tighter, and want you more than before. Most men think comfort keeps a woman close, but comfort dulls us. It's the thrill of victory that hooks us, the sweet proof that you had options and still chose us. We'll never admit it. We'll act calm, collected, untouched. But inside, we're trembling with the high of winning, already dreading the next time we'll have to fight for it again. And if victory feels this addictive, wait until you see what happens when mystery takes over and our own imagination begins to do the work for you. 8. The hunger of mystery. Here's something men almost never understand. A woman's imagination is her most dangerous weapon and her deepest weakness. When you reveal everything too fast, the mystery dies. But when you hold something back, when you stay calm, vague, unreadable, our mind doesn't rest. It races, it spins, it builds stories on its own. I've felt it myself, lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering why he hadn't told me everything, why he smiled but didn't explain, why he seemed close, yet still out of reach. That silence became noise, that calm became obsession, and my body, restless, aching, craving answers that never came. That's the hunger of mystery. When you don't give us the full picture, we fill in the blanks ourselves. And what our mind creates is always more dangerous, more tempting, and more addictive than anything handed to us too easily. Most men overshare. They spill every detail, every thought, every word, and it fades. But the man who leaves us guessing, he lingers, he makes us restless, he makes us wet without even touching us. We'll deny it, we'll act like we don't care. But deep down, mystery feeds us. It keeps us chasing shadows, hungry for what's just out of reach. And if mystery alone can keep us awake all night, wait until you see what happens when you give us just a taste, and then pull back before we break. 7. The pleasure of restraint. Most men rush. They grab, they push, they take too fast, and they kill the craving. But the man who holds back, he becomes unforgettable. It's when your eyes lock with ours, when your hand brushes against our skin, when your lips almost meet ours, and then you stop. You pull back first. You leave us trembling in the silence of what almost happened. I've felt it myself. Leaning in for more, my breath sharp, my chest tight, only to feel him pull away before I was ready. The ache didn't fade. It grew. It spread through my body, making me restless, making me crave harder than if he had given in right away. That's the pleasure of restraint. Because the man who can control himself, who can make us wait, who can stop before the breaking point, he doesn't just touch our body, he owns our thoughts. He makes us replay that moment again and again, desperate for when he finally gives in. We'll act annoyed, we'll roll our eyes, we'll pretend it didn't matter, but deep down, the denial is torture, the sweetest torture we'll never forget. And if restraint alone can leave us trembling like that, wait until you see what happens when a man undresses us without even touching our body. 6. The undressing of the mind. Most men think they need their hands to make a woman feel exposed. They don't. The most dangerous man isn't the one who rushes to touch our body. It's the one who undresses our mind. It's the man who sees through our masks, the one who hears the words we don't say, the one who names the feelings we're trying so hard to hide. I've felt it myself, sitting across from him, pretending I was calm, pretending I didn't care, and then hearing him say softly, "You feel trapped right now, don't you?" In that moment, my stomach dropped, my chest opened, my whole body melted. because he saw me, really saw me. That kind of nakedness isn't physical, it's emotional, and it's intoxicating. It makes us weak. It makes us surrender without even realizing we've let go. Most men only notice our curves, our makeup, our surface. But the man who can strip us down emotionally, who makes us feel understood before we've spoken a word, he owns more of us than anyone who only reaches for our body. We'll deny it. We'll act like it didn't matter. But deep down, nothing makes us feel more undone than a man who can undress our mind. And if being seen that deeply can make us fall apart, secret number 5 will reveal the one thing that keeps us chasing a man long after he's gone. 5. The drug of scarce attention. Attention is cheap. Most men give it away too easily, flooding us with texts, compliments, emojis, likes, constant chasing, and when it's everywhere, it loses its value. But the man who makes his attention rare, that man becomes addictive. I felt it myself, waiting days for a reply, swearing I didn't care, only to see his name finally light up my screen. My chest tightened, my stomach flipped, my breath caught like I'd been given something priceless. That one message meant more than 100 from anyone else. Because scarcity creates value. And when your attention is scarce, it doesn't feel casual. It feels earned. It feels like a prize we had to work for. We'll act unbothered. We'll pretend we didn't notice the wait. But the truth, inside, we're restless, checking, wondering, craving the next drop like it's our favorite drug. The less you give, the more we want, the more we chase. Because your attention isn't just attention anymore, it's rare, and rare is irresistible. And if scarce attention can hook us this hard, secret number 4 will show you the panic that takes over when we realize we might lose you completely. The fear of being replaced. Here's a truth women will never admit out loud. Nothing makes us spiral faster than the thought of being replaced. It doesn't even have to happen. It's enough for us to imagine it. The way another woman looks at you, the way you carry yourself like you don't need us, the way your silence feels like distance. Our mind fills in the blanks with ugly stories. Stories where another woman has what we thought was ours. Stories where you've moved on and never looked back. I've felt it myself. That sinking in my stomach, that racing in my chest, that restless pacing when I knew he could walk away at any moment. My face stayed calm, but inside I was in full panic. That's the fear of being replaced. And here's the twisted part. It doesn't push us away. It makes us cling harder. It makes us compete, dress sharper, act sweeter, fight silently just to keep our place. We'll never confess it. We'll act proud, independent, untouchable. But deep down, that fear drives us more than love ever could. And if the thought of being replaced makes us unravel like that, secret number 3 is even darker. The storm we create ourselves, the one that leaves us obsessed with the man who refuses to break. The storm we can't control. This is the one we hate the most, because it exposes us completely. It's when we throw chaos at you, the attitude, the silence, the drama, the push and pull, and you don't break. We test you. We snap. We create a storm just to see if you'll lose your balance. And when you don't, when you stay calm, steady, unshaken, that's when it happens. I've felt it myself, raising my voice, trying to claw my way into his emotions, expecting him to fold. But he didn't. He just sat there, calm, solid. And in that moment, I hated him. I loved him. I wanted him more than ever. That's the storm we can't control, because when a man holds his frame while we try to break it, we crumble. We don't own him. He owns us. It makes us furious. It makes us guilty. But it also makes us addicted. Addicted to the strength, addicted to the control, addicted to the man who can't be moved by our chaos. We'll never admit it. We'll act like it didn't matter. But deep down, that storm only pulls us closer. And once we feel it, we can't stop craving it. And if being shaken like that can make us obsessed. Secret number 2 will reveal something even rarer. The man whose very presence makes us surrender without him lifting a finger. 2. The aura that can't be touched. Some men try too hard. They talk too much, brag too loudly, chase too desperately, and in trying to impress us, they lose us. But the man who doesn't try, the one who walks into a room and owns it without saying a word, he's the one who undoes us completely. I felt it myself, sitting across from him, his voice calm, his eyes steady, his presence heavy like gravity itself. He didn't rush. He didn't bend. He didn't perform for anyone's approval. And still, without meaning to, my body leaned closer. That's the aura that can't be touched. It's rare. It's magnetic. It makes us imagine surrender before you've even asked for anything. It's not about looks. It's not about status. It's about energy. The quiet dominance of a man who knows his worth so deeply he doesn't need to prove it. We'll act unaffected. We'll roll our eyes. We'll pretend we don't feel it. But inside, that untouchable aura shakes us more than any compliment, gift, or gesture ever could. Because it feels like power without a word, dominance without a touch, and if presence alone can make us tremble like that. Secret number 1 reveals the darkest truth of all, the forbidden denial that makes women crawl back to the man who walks away. 1. The forbidden denial. This is the one we'll never say out loud, the one we carry in silence, guilty and restless, the one that haunts us long after the moment is gone. It's denial, when you don't fold, when you don't chase, when you don't beg for us to stay, when you walk away calm, steady, and untouched, while we expected you to break. I felt it myself, waiting for him to run after me, to explain, to fight for me. But instead, he stood tall, silent, and then he left. On the surface, I was furious. I wanted to scream. I wanted to hate him. But inside, my body betrayed me, because in that moment, I wanted him more than ever. That's the forbidden denial. Rejection doesn't kill desire, it multiplies it. The man who refuses to bend, who keeps his standards higher than his need for us, becomes unforgettable. We'll pretend we've moved on. We'll act like it didn't matter. But the truth? We replay it in our minds. The way he didn't chase, the way he walked away. And each time we remember it, the craving grows stronger. That's the secret no woman will confess. Nothing makes us ache more than the man who proved he doesn't need us. And once a woman feels that, she can never unfeel it. Now you know the truth. The pleasures women hide aren't the flowers, the sweet words, or the safe gestures. They're the darker triggers, the silence that makes us restless, the jealousy that sets us on fire, the mystery that keeps us up all night, the restraint that leaves us trembling, the denial that makes us crawl back even when we swore we were done. Most men will never understand this, but the man who does, he doesn't chase, he doesn't beg, he doesn't fold, he attracts, he tests, he denies. And because of that, he owns our thoughts long after he's gone. That's the forbidden language of female desire, the one we'll never say out loud, but the one you can now see clearly. If this opened your eyes, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Because I want to see how far this message reaches to men and women all over the world who secretly feel the same truth. And don't miss tomorrow's video. I'll be confessing another secret women carry, one that's even harder to admit, because desire doesn't end here, and neither should your understanding of it.